Hey, I'm with Tessa from White River Creamery, and she's going to kind of help us figure out how the farmers markets and the farmers markets consumers are adapting during this COVID-19 situation. Well, first, Tessa, tell us what happens at White River Creamery. What do y'all do?
Okay, so we're the only goat cheese dairy in the state of Arkansas. We milk our own little goats. We also make cow cheese and buy local cow milk to make that as well. And so Scott and my daughter Kaylee are the ones making the cheese currently. Our son-in-law is milking, and we've got some employees that help with that as well, Chris and Aiden and William, and they're great help with all the animals and everything, taking care of everything. And that's pretty much what we do.
Yeah, I got to go out and even got to milk the goats, and we got to take a little tour. It's a lot of fun. So you guys sell all over Northwest Arkansas, but you know what's going on statewide as far as what these farmers market vendors need to do to adjust. What are some folks doing out there, and what's required of you?
Yeah, Fayetteville Market was really on the ball when everything started, partly because they have a large winter market, and so they were already in the swing of things when the shutdown happened, and quickly started making the needed adjustments to make it a healthy, safe environment for everybody. You've got lots of people coming through the farmers markets and changing money from person to person, and so that's a really big deal that's had to be adjusted. The Fayetteville farmers markets, you have these bags, and the people put their money into the bag, and it stays there until we put it in the bank a few days later, and we have a different set of money that we give to our customers back.
Yeah.
So that money's not being exchanged back and forth as people walk down the booths.
That's
we try
smart.
to have money that's been set aside, 24 or so hours at least.
Yeah.
And hopefully not spread anything that way.
That's great.
Yeah, it's one of the trickier ones.
Did I read something about one of the things Fayetteville's farmers market was doing was they're requiring their vendors to have 2 tables.
Yes.
And then, and also they don't have all of their stuff out. They have maybe a sample out, and the vendor reaches and gives it to the person. The
Yep.
people aren't handling everything. The shoppers aren't.
Yes,
Is that right?
everybody, exactly. Everybody's got masks, everybody has gloves. At the farmer's market, there's, reduced amount of people that are allowed to come through the market.
Yeah.
They highly encourage, like Bentonville and Rogers and Fayetteville, all highly encourage the online shopping. You can place an order for your food, and all you have to do is drive up, pick up your bag, and leave.
Which leads us to what's going on here in downtown Bentonville. Here at the downtown Bentonville office, they've got a little setup here where you pre-order and you just drive through. Is that kind of how it works?
Yep, it's a really nice system. Everyone's trying to transition with the reopenings as well. And so Bentonville has their Thursday drive up, and people that work for the market bring out a bag to you, or volunteers. You can volunteer and help with that. But on Saturdays, they've also got a drive-through market where you sit in your car and you drive past booth by booth.
Okay.
And you can actually purchase items on the spot, but they're still encouraging the online pre-ordering. So if you want to go on kind of like the fast track, you can have your items pre-ordered, and that line's a little bit faster to get through. And Rogers will be doing a similar setup coming up June 6th. Some of the other things that they've implemented is touchless payment systems. Venmo's a big thing now.
Yeah.
No one knew what it was until all this happened,
No
and now
kidding.
everybody knows. So sometimes you can prepay, or if you are walking up at like Fayetteville Farmers Market, people have the squares where they put the square out, and all you have to do is slide your card in. There's no transaction of money or cards or anything going on with that kind of a system.
Okay.
Some locations are not allowing cash. They're just doing either prepay or the touchless system. One of the things that's important with your local farmers markets is you do have that really short food chain. So, we're producing the item and we're selling it directly to you. We have a really large loss projection if we were to be irresponsible and not take the precautions needed. You know, it'd be our livelihood, everything we've poured into a business.
Yeah.
And so of course we're going to take a lot more precautions and take it a lot more serious than when you look at some of your other opportunities to purchase food where you have a lot of hands touching that food. When you have food that's being shipped from not just states but other countries into our country, and all the people that touch that food and
Sure.
how it's processed. And then when it's, you know, we do deal with grocery stores, and I know that they're trying to put everything they can into place, but I still do think it's different for, you know, a teenager who's checking you out at a register than a farmer who's checking you out at farmer's market.
Sure.
And the loss that they would have if they
Yeah.
had an irresponsible situation and contracted COVID or anything else that could shut us down. So on our end, there's a lot of responsibility that we put into play. There's been a lot of articles out stating that the safest place to get food is your local farmer's market.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
know, if you can't grow it yourself, the next safest place is to be dealing with the people who are growing it.
Right.
And I would definitely agree with that based on, you know, the interactions we've had.
That makes a lot of sense. So I just want to take this chance to encourage you to continue to support our local producers like White River Creamery. It sounds like not only the neighborly thing to do, but the smart thing to do. Well, thank you Only in Arkansas for sponsoring this video. Life's what you make it. Let's get our hands dirty.